Final round of the Delhi GM 2022. Sethuraman with the white pieces has just moved his king to d4 and Harsha has played his king to e7. Sethu is the higher rated player. He also had the white pieces, but currently he is a pawn down. And notice how his knight is almost trapped on h5. He has just 8 seconds on the clock. Moves his king back to e3. Is this position lost or is this a draw? Generally, in knight endgames 3 versus 2, there are good, decent drawing chances when pawns are on one side of the board. But in this particular case, the knight on h5 is trapped. It cannot wriggle out of that position. And so here, Harsha is going to convert this into a pawn endgame. The question then is the pawn endgame winning or not? He attacks the knight on h5. Sethuraman has to forcefully go back to g3. These are moments of critical importance because it's the final round, last few minutes left. Any wrong decision could mean a difference of huge prize money, rating, standings and everything. So king f6 by Harsha. Is he angling for e5 break in this position? King to f3 by Sethuraman. Staying steady there. You can look at Sethu. He's not too happy with his position. He knows that he's losing. Harsha now pushes his pawn to e5. It's a very interesting decision because now with every pawn exchange we come closer to a drawish situation, but Harsha is pretty sure that he can win this. Sethuraman goes king e3 and Harsha can now even push his pawn to e4. That's also winning, but he decides to go king e6. Sethu takes on e5, and after king takes e5, the f pawn is moving forward. Notice how Harsha Bharathakoti is going to win this position. It would be good technique for you to understand. So king f3 and he pushes his pawn to f4. If king g4, then the black king will come to e4 and shepherd the f pawn towards queen. Sethu continues to fight. He plays his king to f2. And Harsha goes to f5. His idea is to come to g4 and win the pawn. So Sethu stops the king from coming to g4 at least for the time being. Now h5 is zugzwang time. You have to give way for the king to come to g4 and then the h4 pawn is lost. Sethuraman hoping for some final inspiration, but he doesn't find it. He resigns the game there, and a very good tournament for Harsha Bharathakoti, who finishes third while Sethuraman loses a critical game here. What is very nice to see is that an experienced grandmaster like Sethuraman with so many achievements under his belt is spending time analyzing his game with his young opponent even after such an unfavorable result for him. This just goes to show how Sethuraman respects his opponents and also is such a wonderful fighter. Harsha Bharathakoti, for him, this turned out to be one of the most successful tournaments of his career. Look at how both these players are analyzing without moving the pieces, just blindfolded. Superpowers, yeah.
Hello everyone, today I have with me Harsha, and he finished as the second runner-up in the 19th Delhi Open. So Harsha, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling very great obviously, and tying for the first place, it's a huge thing, and yeah, it was great.
When you knew that you were going to press for a win today, and because it was at some position it was a drawish position, so what do you think was the critical position of the game?
So I think he misplayed in the opening and I got better position. But then again I have to play some precise moves, but I think even I messed up and it went to not completely draw, but I could try for some moves. But yeah, he played correctly and it was almost draw at the end. I was about to accept the draw, but then I thought, okay, let's just try for some more moves. Anyway, I am the one who is trying. So, and the thing is, he played queen c3, which is obviously a mistake, and it went to knight end game. Knight end games are very difficult. Basically, it's almost like a pawn end game, and he didn't have time as well. That's the crucial thing, I would say. So in time pressure, he made some mistakes, and yeah, I won somehow. They are very strong players, obviously, but at the same time, I'm just focusing on my game and trying to win with these guys. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, and when you and Arjun and Gukesh were playing simultaneously and you saw they are also pushing, so were you also like being competitive that no, I should also push and go for a win?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't thinking about that from the beginning.
Okay.
But at the middle and the end, I was like, okay, these guys are pushing very hard. Even I have to, play some. But yeah, mostly I was just focusing on my game because we have to play according to our position, right? So yeah, but I had this in mind, like I was just pushing and it was fun also. It was great.
Yes, absolutely. So what next are you doing?
So I'm going to play Gujarat Open next.
Okay.
And then I'm taking break.
Awesome. So we wish you all the very best and congratulations once again for this tournament.
Thank you so much.